Hello, my beautiful words of love. My name is Sabrina, and welcome to this week's Let's Talk. So, I just got off a call with a wonderful follower, client, amazing session. She was a delight. And when I got off that call with her, I said to myself, OMG. And right after I got the call, I got a text message or a DM from another people reaching out to me all the time. And at one point I was feeling a little overwhelmed with these messages, but now I just love it. So I know a lot of you apologize to me. Look, I'm sorry for sending this text. Please don't. Because it means the world to me. Because I realized some really dark energies coming up to clear, and who else to go reach out to, right? And I realized that, like, I don't know, like most of you who don't know this, because most of my friends don't watch me, but I listen. I have iTunes and not Spotify. It doesn't matter. And in my iTunes playlist, I have a darkness playlist. But I have like darkness 25, darkness 26, So I have tons of dark. Just to say that darkness has played a big role in my life. I have fallen very low in my life many, many times. And many of you I know have too. Even, like as that rebellious teenager, or, most of the time we didn't even know why we were falling so low. We were just woke up depressed, A lot of times we didn't realize that we were in full transmutation of other people's energies. But regardless, there was still that moment of darkness where some of us, I wanted to leave the earth many times in my life. And it was not because I hated this world. It was because I hated me. And I hated, I didn't understand what was going on. There was the energies, I didn't understand them. So, if you look and as youth, young people, we look to our parents, we look to our siblings, we look to people in our lives who just shut us down, not because they were mean about it, or it's just they didn't understand. So we came up with I saw something in the night. Oh no, you were just imagining things, Sabrina. Or I heard something. Oh no, everything was just always pushed aside. I came into this Let's Talk to talk about something completely different, but I will continue with that. I have scribblings all over my book, there's writing on that page. I have to skip it. It's so hilarious. But anyway, that's me, a little bit erratic, and I've always been that way, and I'm never gonna stop. So the reason I'm like that is because there's constant messages coming in, and I've always ignored them my whole life, because a lot of you know that I've been pushed aside or whatever, and then we all at one point became introverted, right? We had to hide, or we weren't our real, true, authentic selves because we weren't aligned with the masses, and that's why these big global events happen in the world, to see that, and then social media, the beauty of social media, I'm going to give it kudos here, is that we were able to see our weirdos in the rest of the world. Oh, there's a weirdo in India. There's a whole bunch of them in Australia and Russia, all over the world, right? We're like, oh my God, we're not alone. And I feel like I'm in this journey. I almost fully understood it today after that meeting, and also this morning after yesterday I went up north with someone, and I was like, I think I'm here to walk you through the darkness. I mean, it's followed me my whole life, and it's following you right now, and who better than me? I mean, and who better than you to help me through this too? Because as I move into the light, let's say, it becomes triggering, and it becomes challenging as well. So dark, light's all the same, I understand, but I'm talking darkness in the 3D kind of way, in this lower vibrational kind of way, which was heavy. Where a lot of us thought of ending our lives, where a lot of us thought of crawling and, whatever, escaping. with substance, escaping with whatever. And I'm here to say that that was normal, because we were not understood, understood, overstood. We were never any of that. And that was, and I look at all of us, and and every beautiful soul that I meet on a session has been through so much trauma and tragedy and like discomfort in their lives. And I'm like, okay, I know, like, you know, I've experienced that too in different ways, right? Some of us dealt with it in poverty. Some of us dealt with it with death. Some of us dealt with it with sickness, you know, whatever it was something. And it was to bring us to this place of awareness. Because someone who has been touched so deeply that way is quicker for us to move into the heart space, because we lost our way a long time ago. And we want it. Many of us have suffered abandonment, have suffered this and that. And so if love comes your way, and a lot of us have trusted it too easily, you know, and it's just like now moving into that heart space is like done at maybe a little cautious way. But when we fully fall in love, we fully fall in. And it's like, my whole theme of today was falling in love with the matrix. So it kind of works out in the same way. But what I wanted to say before I even go there, I don't know if I said it at the beginning. I completely forget all the time because it's unscripted. But I want to say that I truly love you and I honor you. And I'm going to cry. I'm so happy to have you in my life at this moment in time, because you keep me up as much as I keep you up. Like, we're in this together. And it's just, and don't hesitate to text me. Like, I get it, because if I had someone like me at the time, then I wouldn't have spiraled down, but maybe I would have, right? And I'm not saying that I'm here to keep you from spiraling, because I really want you to. Like, I know that it's challenging for you, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go down there, but I need you to go down there. But if you're going down there in a state of awareness, it's less challenging, because you know that, okay, when I come out, Sabrina's there, or her followers are there, and her community is there, or other people, whatever it is. Like, so there's someone to catch me. There's someone to guide me. There's going to be someone to direct me, because I can't do this alone. And this is the thing, is that as I by all means, I don't blame my family or anything, but there were situations where I felt alone. You know, my sister, my best friend, was alongside me, but she couldn't handle, and she left the earth. Now, this brings me into something else. I had a beautiful client leave a message on Facebook this week that she had just lost her son, and you know, like, I get it. I get the pain, but to me, I feel like more and more, it's a little bit bigger than us. You know, like, these wonderful souls came into our lives. For me, it was a precious gift that came into my life. She came in a form of a sister, a mother, an aunt, a best friend, and it came in a different kinds of forms. And they came to feed me their beautiful energy, and then they left the earth to leave me with their activation and then their power. Right? So I could light up a lot faster and a lot and more comfortably. And it's challenging on the human level. Well, what does that mean? I have to go lose my son, my daughter, my mother, you know, all these people. I'm like, I know, but in the bigger picture, they were our gifts. And just cherish that time that you had with them, and know that they're always here. To me, they're always here. I can't even explain to you, right? I can't see them, but I know they're here, and they're my best friends. They're my family. I actually talk to them, and I receive message from them. And maybe they're not, their name is not Vanessa or Josie or Nora. Their names are not the same, but they're still here at a soul level, and it's the same with you. And it's just like, I feel like this year has like skyrocketed me into something completely different, and I feel it in an energetic level. And I know, because I can decipher and distinguish my mind and how the programming that tries to come in at every second, trying to explain something to me. You know, like this week, I've been so tired, so exhausted. And my mind is like, oh, because you haven't slept. Oh, because your sleeping is erratic. Oh, because you're 4 hours here, you're 3 hours there, because of that. There's always an explanation. And I know deep down inside it's not that. But I tell people that just so they can shut up. Like, basically, so I just like, yeah, that's what it is. I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. But I know on a deeper level, this is not it. And my higher self, or me, you know, it's like, yeah, it's not it. You're transmuting so much energy right now, Sabrina. So much. Your DNA is in full upgrade. You're activating like so much within you and outside of you that you don't know. Your human mind wants to come up with an excuse. Oh, it's because my grief is coming up, or because of this. And it's just, can you let go of the mind's explanations and the programs? Can you just let it go? And can you not, is it okay that you don't know what the next step is? And is it okay that you don't need to figure it out? You just need, like, you know, a lot of time I love to do my tarot readings, because it's like, it just gives you confirmation of where you're at right now. And it's like, can you not hold on? I always tell you, do not hold on to the information too much. Do not hold on to the dates. You know, because I had someone come in like recently, like, you told me, I'm like, no man, don't hold on to the dates, because you change the expectation date, you know, like the date, the expected date, right? You change it because it's in your mind, so you, and it, oh wow, I just saw something so interesting. This is why more and more it's like, trust. Can you trust? And I've always said this, in the unknown, anything that comes up in your mind is a program. The fears, the worries, the dates, the whatever, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. That's why I keep telling people. The lunar eclipse, the portals, the this and the that, and the planetary shift, and that is just an explanation to the human. Oh, it's explaining to you that this is what I'm feeling. Oh, it's because of the eclipse, it's because of the moon. To me, I don't think it's like that at all. I know it's happening around me because it's just another program, but it's deeper than that. Or not even, or simpler than that. Maybe it's not deeper, it's more simple than that. Your freaking body is crystallizing and diamondizing. So yeah, what does that mean? That means I have to clear all this shit in my body, which is what? The toxic crap that I have taken on. The fear, the worries, the guilt, the hate, the happiness, the sadness, all of the emotions are in my body. The memories, the traumas, the triggers, the this, the that, the events that have happened in my life, all of this. You know, yesterday, I'm going to be jumping around, so be okay with this. Yesterday I went up north, which means like I went to the mountains with a friend of mine, and he kept talking about our past. And it was my ex-boyfriend. I was engaged to him for 7 years. And we're still friends, but he kept talking to us about our past. And I was looking, I was like, yo, man. I said, I don't live. He goes, I can't believe you don't remember this. I can't believe you don't remember this. I said, yeah, because it's wiping out. And he's like, oh, because you're getting old. You know, he was being funny, but not, because that's what the program says. If you don't start remembering, then you have dementia, you have Alzheimer's, you're forgetting, you're old. And I'm like, no, I actually, in my head, I was like, yo, I'm so excited because it's fucking clearing from my system. And I don't need to hold on to that. And it doesn't mean you're not going to have the memory of your son or your brother or your sister or your mother or your father ever again. Doesn't mean that. That's like, people are like, oh, what do you mean I'm going to have wipe the memory of everyone? No, it wipes the memories, the toxic memories that we do not need to hold on to anymore. The abuse, the physical, emotional, mental, the tragedy, the accidents, the whatever, the mistakes, the failures, the whatever, even the happy stuff that's not important to hold on to, is clearing. And just be okay with it. Because don't you want to clear this shit out of your body? And I know that a lot of us hold on to it because it's comfortable, but it's going to get more and more uncomfortable. Because some of you here, and you know it, are here for certain reasons. And you're here to help Mother Earth, if that's what you want to think. But you're here to help God, the universe, source, energy. Because you are of that higher frequency, and we need to elevate. So today in this session I was talking, and she had converted to Islam, and I was talking to her about her religion, and it was really beautiful the way she talked about it, and I loved it, and that she felt so connected, but she was so open-minded about it too, and I love it. And to me, the way I feel about religion, it was here on this earth. I'll give it its due for helping lost souls find themselves, right? It was a structured way to help someone find themselves, find the light, let's say. But it became a little bit too brainwashing and rigid over the years. When she was talking, I was like, it's interesting. It's what we're doing, basically, right? We are guiding the light for those that are here to elevate in frequency. So basically we're doing the same thing. We're showing you the light, right? And I'm not saying that I am I'm experiencing this, and most of you know, you come into my session with me, and I am you and you are me, right? I really do believe, I am not higher than you, I'm just talking about it. And I think that is why we have such an amazing rapport, and that's why I continuously get DMs from you, and I will want to continuously receive that, because you're helping me see the light, and I'm helping you see the light. This is how it works. It's our soul family finding each other on this earth plane. And I lost my train of thought, which is a common thing for me, right? What was I talking about? I am you, you are me. I got lost with my book in my head. Okay, whatever. The religion, yes. So anyways, it's kind of like that feeling. I had written it down, actually. I wrote down, because in my 1,000... Yeah, that's it. We're here to trust our inner wisdom. Okay, this is something else I want to talk about. So over the past few days, I've been hearing the lunar eclipse in Pisces, and then I'm like, okay, it's I don't know, when is the human needs to hear this, and I already talked about this a few minutes ago, but it's I got this message. I was lying down on the grass, I think, and all of a sudden I just got this message, because I've been told over the past summer, I don't know if you've been getting the same message, certain days it was a big no to stay in the sun, right? And I was like, and certain days it was a big no to go out in the night. So, it was always like a interesting time, stay indoors. And then I was told this as a message, that the true sun is emerging, and the false sun is dying. So I was like, oh, what does that mean? And they're like, it means exactly what we're telling you. I'm like, okay. And the true moon, it's never been a true moon. It's been always a false moon. And the true moon has never been able to emerge. It's had a heart. This is the message I'm getting. So, and that's why I was never connected to the moon. I forced it almost when I was at the beginning, because I'm spiritual now, so I have to be connected to the moon. But I always felt like there was something. Anyway, this is something I got as a message from me. Does it resonate with you? No, it doesn't matter, right? Because we are all here in different programs and different purposes, different missions. And that's why I love this, because I'm able to talk about it with you, and you're able to respond to me. And there's no oh, you're right, I'm wrong, I'm right. Nothing. This is the beauty of this. I would love to know if you feel this, because sometimes I do go out in the sun and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. So the more I listen to myself, which is the biggest takeaway of all of my videos is to listen. The more we listen to that little voice that you think is crazy, it's actually not, it's you. You know, like a few days ago, I left my house. I literally went back into my house 3 times because I forgot a key, I forgot my glasses, I forgot this, I forgot whatever the frick I forgot. You know, I don't even have glasses, but I forgot whatever. And I was like, okay. And then my human self would always tell me, oh, you're such an idiot. Like, you're so like silly and always like, but my higher self is like, no. There's a reason. I'm like, okay. So maybe if I, like, we don't know and we don't need to know, but you need to trust. You need to trust why you just missed that bus. And you need to trust why that traffic light turned red, like, is longer than it should be. Or you just need to trust. Because nothing is coincidence, people. Everything is happening in divine timing around you and everyone else. And there's like, what do you mean? Like, there's like 8 billion people in the world and it's happening. Yes. Why not? Why wouldn't it be? Right? These are and the funny people. The funny thing is the people who are super religious are the ones who are like always like, I don't believe. And you're like, yo, if you don't, you're the one who believes in like a higher power. Like, this is it. Anyway, this is like, I wanted to talk about how we fall in love with the Matrix, and that's how you fall in love with you. And it basically what I'm just saying here. If you fall in love with the mishaps and the mistakes and the delays and the deaths and the tragedies and the wars and all of it, you realize that all of this is happening. Okay, like the mirrors. If we're all mirrors, right? Then if there's a war going on in your country, or if there is natural disasters happening nearby, or if there's an explosion or protest, it's all a reflection of you and everyone else, of course, right? So, like, there's something going on within that has to be expressed outward. So how about we change it all up? That's why I say this is like my community here, our community here is freaking phenomenal, because here we are going through the darkness together, but we're kind of working together, right? We're working and we're transmuting things together, and in doing so we clear the freaking matrix and we clear it all. That's the way I see things happening here. So I thank you so much. You can't even believe what you're doing. And I mean, like, I'm grateful for myself too. You know, for like, oh my God, everything's so clear now, Sabrina. I don't want to hold on to any of it anymore. I'm done. It's like, you know, I'm going to tell you that at one point it gets really boring. You get to a place where you're like, oh, and now what, right? And then the human mind comes in and says, oh yeah, now we start to question. Now we start to go back into the program and we make you afraid and we manipulate you and we make, you know, and then instead of just going, and now what? Whatever, show me the way. Show me what's next. That's what I say to myself at night. I'm like, I'm ready for the next step. Show it to me. And they're like, okay, we will. Because like I joke with all you guys, and I always say, show me your bodies or show me your light. And they're like, no, you're not ready yet. Me, I want to see it. It's like they're like, you're not ready yet. I'm like, okay. And they're like, you're going to be shown everything, but not all at once. And because you can't handle it. You can't handle the truth. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, I can't. You're right, I can't. Because I'm not fully released. I'm not fully cleared. I still have lingering crap that comes up. I still have grief. I still have, anger towards someone. I still have that. It comes up. But I'm aware of it. And I recognize it. And I say goodbye. And I laugh at it. And I say, oh, okay, it came up again. You know, I don't get upset at myself. I don't try to figure out why it's here. What is it doing? How do I have to work it out? Why? Like, I don't actually have to. I just like, okay, whatever, man. And I allow the anger to happen. You know? Like it's more than just falling in love with your anger. It's really just looking at it and say, oh wow. And feeling it. That's it. And letting it go. And then the next time it comes up, it's less and less and less. That's my experience, and it's gotten so much better. It's like my moments of frustration and anger don't last long anymore. But I want to tell you that I don't know if I said this earlier, but what's happening a lot more and more, and what I'm noticing a lot is that I am no longer. What happens on this journey is that we start to entertain people in our lives of different frequency than us, and it gets very tiring and exhausting and challenging. And we do it because we don't want to let go of people, and we don't want to be left alone, right? So we just like, okay, no, I'll hang on to her and him and this and this and this, and then you spend the day with them, or you spend the week with them, or weekends, or whatever you do, whatever, and you're like, oh. And you this is the moment we need to listen. This is the moment where it's like, I gotta go, and they're like, yeah, you gotta go. I'm like, okay. And that's why we are here as a community, because it's not you going anywhere and losing yourself, because it's you going, okay, I'm gone, but I'm gonna text Sabrina, I'm gonna text Teri, I'm gonna text Lynn, I'm gonna text someone, and I'm gonna feel like I'm not crazy, and I'm gonna feel like I have a support system. Or I'm gonna go and look at her video or his, or whatever it is that makes you feel settled a little bit. Because I gotta tell you guys that you're not alone. and a lot of people send me things, and I'm not one to lie about the journey at all. This ain't pretty. This is not a journey for the lighthearted. This is challenging, because when that shit comes up to clear, it's heavy. And it sometimes doesn't clear. Because a lot of us is like, no, I'm going to bring it back down. No, I can't deal with this right now. And it's fine. It's going to come up again. And you come with an excuse. You know, when you start making excuses, you know, it's your programming kicking in. When you start trying to figure it out and you have an answer, or you have I have a great idea, I have this idea. Your ideas could be your false ego as well, just keeping you at bay, or just keeping you like in the safe zone. When our goal is to be, look, I'm going to show you what card came out for me. I pull out cards for you guys in the week, and then one falls out for me. The magic of nothingness. So that is, you know, the card that we need to focus on. And it's not going to happen tomorrow, and it's not going to happen next week, in a year, or it could happen in 5 years from now, that you're like, oh, I'm finally in the nothings. Don't put pressure on you to be somewhere that you're not. But the goal here is to be fully aware. Aware, you know, I'm going to bring up a quote from William Shakespeare, all the world's a stage. Be aware that all the world is a stage. And that stage is in the process of collapsing. So ask yourself, do I want to be collapse? Like, I want to collapse my false mind 1000%. But I want to be in that destruction, or do I want to be already a little bit on top of it? And just looking at it and say, okay, I'm aware of it. I'm aware of what needs to happen in a collapse, because in a collapse, it's a lot of souls that will leave the earth. And a lot of destruction of land, and a lot of destruction, but only because it needs to regrow, rebuild, redevelop, regenerate. And that's why you're here. You're here to lead the way. But first, you can't lead the way, neither can I, until I fully clear. And that is the freaking exciting part of this. We haven't even begun to tap into our true soul wisdom. Totally, but because we're caught up in our program. So, and I get glimpses of the bigger picture sometimes, and I'm like, oh, we have no idea. I could see things. I could see things, and it's like it doesn't even make sense in this world what I see. And a lot of you, I know, you see things too, and you just toss it away. It was just a dream. It's just a daydream. It's just a this. It's just a that. It's not. Can you see them as something that is in a bigger quantum leap? That, because to me, that's. I've always been told that one day you're gonna all wake up, and the world's gonna be completely changed. And the OGs, the star seeds, the ones that were aware, will see the change. The others won't even notice that there was even a problem. They'll just wake up and they'll like their programmings will be reset, and they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is normal. And it's like they won't like. And this is one thing that I've been told over and over, and every time I tell someone, they get triggered a little bit, and they're like, we will never be thanked or appreciated or anything as long as the humans that we are by the world. They'll never say, oh, the star seeds did all the transmutation and all this. They won't see that until later, but it doesn't matter. Because you're not here for praise and admiration. That's an ego self. You're here to like enjoy the process, enjoy the miracle, enjoy everything. And in it is what's coming up for you is the ugly, is the old, the past. And don't you want to say goodbye to it? Why do you even want to hold on to it? Because saying goodbye to it can actually free yourself up and make you love the humans that are in front of you, because you won't hold on to any attachments of, well, she abused me when I was younger, but instead of that, holding on and letting it clear you, maybe you say, I love her for her role in my life anyways. And it changes everything. And of course there's moments where like, I remember. It comes up again and you're like, okay, I remember. And it's challenging, but that's why we're here to hold each other up through this. And also you're needing to listen a lot more to that inner voice, because it is screaming at this moment in time. I hope this is not too loud. I feel like it's loud. So I want to leave you a little bit. I had a follower write a message to me recently, and she told me something about that she was going to command the universe for change in her life. And I wrote her a comment back, but just to tell you that what I've learned over the years is that commanding the universe, I mean, you're the universe, right? So you're just commanding yourself, right? Instead of saying I command you to do this, and because when you command something, then you have an expectation of delivery on that, right? I command you to give me money in my bank, and or all these affirmations that we say, I am wealthy, I am fine. I did that for the longest time, and it never worked. I was like, I have $1 million in the bank. I read the Secret, and I was like, I have $1 million in the bank. I have this bullshit, it never happened, right? So, because it's bullshit. Because you could say, I am. Your higher self, your angels, your spirit team, your guides, God is like, yo man, are you for real? Like, we know you don't believe it. So don't say something you don't truly believe. And also, you don't need to call in money, and you don't need to call in love, and you don't need to call in anything, because it's already going to happen. It might or might not happen, but it's going to happen according to you, according to the plan that you created for yourself. So can you trust yourself enough to have that? That's why we get stuck in these, like, I want the relationship. Some of us are not here to have relationships. And it's triggering for the human. Like, what do you mean? What's wrong? Like, I had a client on Friday that came in and said to me, I said, we're not here for relationships. Well, that's like sad. You know, I'm like, why? Why is it like partaking with someone else is going to make your life complete? Or sharing love? I understand that getting love from other people is beautiful. But when you can fully fall in love with yourself first, you're not in want of others' love. You can enjoy the experience of love. And that's where we've fallen a little bit, the human. It's like this, I need love, I need money, I need this, I need that, and you don't need anything because you're it. You're all of it. You already have everything. And now that you've buried your vessel with information from all the years of education, which is not your fault because it's part of it, and it's all the programming that we have like accumulated, we're here to clear it all. Cancel, clear, delete. Or cancel, clear, delete. All of it. Every night I go to bed, I'm sure I've told you this, but every night I go to bed I say, cancel, clear, delete all the programming I have seen and received through my phone and my computer. Every single night I say that. I could feel it happening instantly. Like, you know when you close your eyes, you see lights? And sometimes I say it when I close my eyes, and then I'll see I'm like, thank you very much. You know, it's like, and maybe it's just my mind. And it doesn't matter. Because it makes me feel good. But I feel it. So, I think I'll leave you here. I think I'll leave you here. Oh, I want one last thing. I took the journey of love. I felt like I wanted to give you one card. Let's get a card for all my beautiful viewers. All right. 3 cards came out. Let's pick what your team would like for you. I already know what it is. I don't even have to listen anymore. I knew it. We got contemplation, which is exactly this. Gorgeous card. Contemplation is nothingness, is the magic of nothingness, is learning how to be and love yourself fully so that you can in turn love everyone else easily, without attachment to an old, without pain, without suffering, without any of it. So I'm going to read from the book because it's Alana Fairchild. And it's in number 69 because I'm born in 1969. No. 69. It's like, to me, 69 always feels like it's like the yin and yang. So, contemplation. Within you, there's a question arising. When you get the question right, the answer will be self-evident. But you have to plunge your consciousness deep within to find the right question, to articulate it clearly and understand what it is that you are really asking. That question within you is actually a divine gift of awakening. It is your future awakened self waiting to be found and calling to you too. Let the question arise through dreams, dance, meditation, sleep, yoga, time in nature, swimming in the ocean, bathing in an aromatherapy bath, or receiving a hot stone massage. That sounds good. The question holds within it the next unfolding petal of the lotus of your being. This oracle brings you an invitation to enter into the mystery of your life and your being and to allow the biggest question you can summon to emerge from your heart and be expressed through love. Your question may emerge as clear and shining or soft and yielding, a question with no words, only feeling. Whatever truth emerges, let that be your contemplation. Come sit with me and breathe. I want to ask you something. I want to ask me something. Together there is a conversation that we are to have now, and there will be beautiful accord between us that overflows into all of your relationships, bringing more understanding and peace. I mean, this is like exactly what we're like, the nothingness. It's to just shut down the TV, stop doing, keeping yourself busy. Unless it's like one of my beautiful followers, she sent me this photo of her. She etched rocks, like trust in the moon and the stars, into 5 rocks, and she put it like up. What do you call it? Anyways, I can't think of that word. The stacking of rocks. And I'm like, well, that's beautiful. That's like taking your mind, shutting it down, and focusing on creativity. But contemplation is also just focusing on nothing and getting to that place of love that we all are. And it's a challenge, and I'm not going to tell you it isn't, and you know that it is. So try to fall in love with everything that feels ugly out there and change it around in your mind and see it for what it is. Because if it's feeling ugly out there, then it's something ugly within me that needs to change, that needs to collapse. And I love it. And you know, like, and then every night you could ask yourself or God or however you want to see it, show me the way, show me the next step. I'm ready. But only I am ready if you really are ready. Right? Remember that. All right, my beautiful. This is where I leave you. I just wanted to come on. I was supposed to do this Let's Talk a few days ago, but it just wasn't feeling it, so I'm here now. Anyways, it's a timeless video, so whenever you get this, it's the right time for you. Check out my weekly tarot readings. They come out every Saturday night Eastern time around 11ish. And I do love you, and I'm excited for this journey. This is a time to fully, I know that some of you are going through some dark times, but to fully love and fall in love with yourself in that dark time. And just know that it's just coming up to clear, and you're here to create a new world. And how does your new world look like? Why don't you start envisioning that? Literally go into that dream world, because that's where we create. I literally am creating there. All right, my beautifuls. I love you, and I'll post another video probably weekly, usually weekly. All right, so check me out on my website if you'd like to book a session with me. Otherwise, freaking create, manifest, love yourself, live in self-realization, live in full awareness of yourself and others, and just fully revel in this, even when it's ugly. All right, my beautifuls. I love you, and I'll see you next week. I was like, my beautiful warriors. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye. Or whenever. I will see you. Okay. Thank you, my beautiful warriors, and I'll see you when I see you.